On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, My Hero Academia episode 71, SunEater of the Big Three, showcasing Tamaki Amajiki, aka SunEater. Today's episode gives us a startling look at just how powerful a member of the Big Three actually is, and I have to say, it does not disappoint. Now, last we left off, our heroes gather to raid the base of Chiha Saikai. Our mission, save Eri and take down this Yakuza crime syndicate. Backed by the police, a dozen pro heroes, the members of the Big Three, as well as a couple of Class 1A members, the assault on this underground faction begins. Now, right off the bat, we are met with members of the 8 Bullets, yes, the upper echelon of the Chiha Saikai, so I have to say, we are already off to a rocky start. Soon after we make it past the secret entrance, known to Night Eye, due to him using his ability on one of the underlings, in charge of taking care of Eri, we are able to enter the subterranean network of tunnels used by this criminal organization. Now, even though we hit a few roadblocks along the way, they are no match for our pro heroes as well as our UA students. So much so that the most dismissive hero we've met so far, Rocklock, is actually quite impressed by Deku and Kirishima's abilities. But soon after we make it past one hurdle, another one forms, this time in the form of Mimic. Mimic's ability is able to enter an inanimate object and take control over it. Using the quirk-enhancing drug, he is able to manipulate this entire network of tunnels, and what we see is probably the most interesting animation I've seen in a while. Obviously, they've used some kind of 3D imagery, but it doesn't even look like that. No, what it looks like is they mapped it in 3D models and then went over it by hand or, digitally drew over it because you see none of that stiffness or overshadowing or anything. But if they did use a 3D model, they need to give this to the world because damn, this thing looked fucking great. It was so trippy and just, beautiful. Not only did it distract me, but it also distracted our heroes. Yes, Mirio takes off full sprint saying speed is the name of the game in this situation. Mimic can't handle his abilities right now, so he decides to turn his attention to the other pro heroes, literally opening up the floor and trapping them in a separate location, where we see 3 more members of the 8 Bullets show up. And I honestly don't think these guys are here for a friendly chat, because within the first few seconds, they're going in for attacks. Luckily, Eraserhead is there to stop their quirks, and Tamaki is able to subdue them. He is going to take the brunt of this battle, claiming he can take these 3 members on. The other pro heroes need to move on with their mission, especially when it comes to Mr. Aizawa. Yes, Eraserhead's ability to stop quirks will definitely play a pivotal role moving forward. Of course, my main man, Kirishima, is all about that teamwork. No, we can help you. We can stay here. We can defeat them. We can subdue them. Tamaki is not hearing any of that shit. Time is of the essence. You guys need to move on. I can take care of these 3 bastards. You guys go. So the group splits up, leaving behind one of the Big Three, and this is where we see why he has earned that moniker. Okay, we get a flashback into his previous life. So I know ever since The Mandalorian came out, everyone's been gushing about Baby Yoda. I think that's gonna be a common theme going forward because we see not only baby Tamaki, but baby Mirio. Yes, the flashback sees how these 2 friends met early on in their childhood and how each one is inspiring and instilling determination in the other. A truly awesome, friendly rivalry. # friendship goals. But this battle is not going to be easy. Soon after Eraserhead leaves, Tamaki's opponents get their quirks back. Besides the one, Mr. Aizawa, snapped his neck and threw him to the ground. It was a pretty devastating, whiplash. This dude got knocked the fuck out. So right now, it's 2 against 1. We have to deal with the quirk that is able to steal anything the opponent has, as well as a crystallization ability. So this battle is going non-stop. It's just fucking amazing back and forth. They think they have Tamaki against the rope, and then he goes full-on hybrid, mixing octopus tentacles for their stretchy, spongy absorption, as well as, lobster or crab, some kind of crustacean's shell for hardening and reinforcement. He even dons this badass shell-type mask. It's fucking amazing looking. Then he goes full Kraken mode. Yes, this devastating thing where he sprouts all of these fucking tentacles laced with those hard shells and just starts destroying everybody until the unconscious member wakes up and has the ability to literally eat anything and instantly digest it. Yes, this guy is the epitome of gluttony. But what scares Tamaki the most and has him against the ropes is this group's teamwork. Yes, you can tell that these guys are close, and we get a little bit of a backstory into them. After being thrown away from society, one didn't fit in, one was screwed over by a jilted leather, and the other one was just used for his crystallization by a guy who loved gems, but then it turned out to be basic, it looks like fucking salt to me, but whatever, or geodes. They were rescued from the trash by Overhaul, and that's why they serve him. It's not out of fear, it's out of admiration. But this teamwork will soon be their downfall. This actually inspires. We get another flashback into his own admiration, his own respect for Mirio. Mirio looks up to Tamaki and he goes, I have no clue why you're putting me on a pedestal. I might be the sun, but you're greater than that. your ability is fucking amazing. What's better than a son of fucking SunEater? And we see him go full big three. It's not just food and plants and other shit he can eat. It's whatever he eats becomes part of his body. He eats a crystallization, this little geode coming off from one of our main bad guys. After a flick of one of his talons hits the other dude that steals shit by looking at it, he's out for the count. The other guy gets fucking talon crystal clawed. Mr. Chomp Chomp is coming in for a bite, but he can't eat his friends, so Tamaki kind of uses him as like a pushing shield to knock the other two out. Like, it was just an drag out non-stop battle. We get to see how powerful the big three is. Not at one point did I feel that this dude gave up. We saw the flashbacks and we saw, his truly pessimistic side, but throughout the entirety of this fight, it looks like he was trying non-stop and almost had a plan to know what he was going to fucking do. Even when they had him against the wall and it looks like all, was fucking over, he never stopped fucking going at it, and that's why I fucking love this. I felt very little fear and just somehow I knew this dude was going to fucking pull through. Unfortunately, it wasn't without a scratch, because it looks like this fucker's about to pass out, but at least he took 3 of the 8 bullets down with him. Hopefully this bought our other heroes enough time to catch up with Mirio and eventually find Overhaul and Eerie. Like I said, today's episode was fucking amazing. Their animation has just been fucking on par since day one. I fucking love it. This studio puts so much effort into the animation. It's almost like Blu-ray quality. Like, I absolutely love seeing this. Like, it just goes to show you, what was it, like 5.3 or 5.5 million copies of the manga sold? Like, it goes to show you that a good series backed by a good anime can provide that little oomph when it comes to sales. But sales aside, it's just, I'm fucking loving the story. Showcasing the big three, like showing them, it's just been fucking amazing. Everyone is just on that next level. We got so many more pro heroes, but it just has me at this super intense, high anxiety, high excitement moment. Like, we need to save Eri. Eri needs to be rescued. Overhaul is a piece of shit. He needs to get his fucking ass kicked. But like I said, with a buildup like this, I have a very bad feeling something, serious might happen. And the way they've been, talking up one character, like we know All Might's life is hanging in the balance, but I think there's someone else, his positivity and his, all these flashbacks we've been getting, and focus has been on him lately. I don't know. I have a bad feeling, and my theory is something bad might happen to Mirio. I don't know. Like, this is a life or death struggle. We've seen people like battered and bloody and bruised. Like, death is, this is a serious series, so death is a possibility, but would they kill off a member of the big three? I don't know. They've just been focusing on him more and more, so it makes sense story-wise to have something happen to Mirio, but I don't want to, because he's an underdeveloped character. I want to see more about him. I want to see, him thrive in this hero society, so I don't know. But yeah, I have a bad feeling that, like you guys said, this is one of the darker arcs in the series up into this point. Like, I don't know. Like, this is a more serious thing. Like, we have this tortured girl, so it's fucking dark, and I think something dark's gonna happen. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can fucking handle it. If they take down Mirio, like, I like the dude. I like the dude's positivity. I like him. I just don't know. But fuck. I want to see another episode. Like, why aren't these things an hour long? Fuck. Anyways, with all that being said, and my excitement at a fucking feverish high, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.